we got us another Papa Meat video. This is the most dangerous storage unit finds. Let's get it.
Welcome back to the Papa Meat channel. How you doing? How you doing? Coming and setting down because today we're looking into the odd and disgusting world of storage units. Is stuff starting to pile up in your house? Are you running out of room? Are friends and family starting to make weird comments about your life choices? Fear not, friend. Because there is a simple solution that may only cost you roughly $20 a month, allowing you to relocate your hoard of filth elsewhere. So first off, love Storage Wars. Fake TV show, love it. Love Storage Wars. But then I've been seeing all kinds of videos online of verticals of people like, they find tons of money. It's all fake. I mean, don't get me wrong, I bet you there are storage units where people find some crazy shit. I want to know what's some real crazy
I guarantee, I feel like there's one time they probably found like a body or something, like they really just be putting anything in a storage unit, like, and like, oh yeah, they can't get in here because of the law. Like,
I want some disgusting, depraved stuff. And that's what we're going to dive into today, all right? Storage units are a great solution for those with too many possessions. The services range from small rooms to large garages, and these labyrinths are found worldwide and hold all sorts of strange items. However, these large steel buildings are not as safe as you may think. From burglaries.
Storage unit in Arcadia ransacked 88,000. Jesus.
Burglaries to insane.
Living in a steel box or shipping containers really the future of housing. Ah, shit.
Tenants and even murder. Storage facilities are the wild west of urban cities with chaos hiding behind every turn. So grab your padlocks and steel boots as we get ready to lift the door of the strange ongoings of storage units.
Let's get it.
I lived in a storage unit for 2 months.
How was it?
Horrible.
Oh.
It's horrible. It's hot. There's no power really.
Did you crank the door open a little bit? No.
I was too afraid. Just lock it. I had like a little heater in there and doesn't matter. Don't even know that about my life. If you've ever watched shows like Storage Wars, which was one of the most popular shows of the 2010s, it goes without saying that there are all sorts of crazy things to be discovered in storage units. Storage Wars followed a competitive group of buyers traveling from auction to auction, trying to see who could make the most money with the units they purchased, right? $500, sold to the guy for $500. Now I need to make $500 plus more money for profit. That's the show. That's every episode. Literally. And there's some bickering here and there. It's trash television. It's also all completely fake. It doesn't matter. Still, eat it up all day. Love that shit. That's what I do. I watch, Storage Wars is on. That's what I do. Over the years, some of the people on the show have found insane things like rare art collections and priceless vehicles. And although this might look impressive, they pale in comparison to some of the stuff we are going to talk about today. Starting in 2018, a man who bought a unit for $500.
Man finds 7.5 million in storage unit he bought for 500. Nobody would why are y'all telling niggas that you found all of this?
And was so excited about what he found that he approached Storage Wars auctioneers Dan Dotson to spread the word. Inside the unit was a lock safe and took multiple attempts and 2 different locksmiths before the code was finally cracked. When they opened the safe, they were greeted with $7.5 million in cold, hard cash. I'd come.
No, for real, I'd fucking nut. Yo, too many people. Matter of fact, 7.5 mil, nigga. Too many motherfuckers know that you got that much money, bro. Now they're gonna the person whose it is has to come and claim it and this and that. No, now you're being taxed on it. Yeah, fuck out my fucking face. If I ever find some shit, just know, hey chat, listen. If I ever buy a storage facility and I just disappear, you don't see me for like a month. Understand that I might have came across some crazy bread and I need a little break.
I'm a joke. I would be leaking. I'd be oozing the honey. The maple is going down the tree. You know what I mean? It would be a beehive in my pants is what I'm saying. Sticky. News of the discovery made it back to the original owners of the unit. Realizing their money had just been sold for less than 1% of its worth, they contacted the buyer with a lawyer offering $600,000 for the unit and the money. No. After intense back and forth, both parties settled on a reward of $1.2 million and the
I need half. Either I keep everything or give me half, bro. I need half. I need at least half. And you can have your shit, all the shit back in the storage container. I need half.
I'm gonna receive their money back in full. You still got $1 million out of it. But I would have been like, I'm not fucking giving you shit. That's also why you lie. You lie and say, I found $3 million in a deal. I'm not gonna tell people about the other $4.5 million. Come on.
So wait, also, is this the owner of the original storage unit or the?
This is the owner of that's like his unit. That's his money. So he's like, wait, what? Because he's probably like,
why do you have just 7.5 mil sitting in a storage unit you're not maintaining? Are you crazy?
It's in there.
What is the 7, bro? It's not doing nothing but collecting dust. What is it doing in there?
Find it. Well, how do you not pay it? I don't know. But it's suspicious in my opinion. This is a lot of, I feel like a lot of dubious activities, dude. How do we know it's real? That's the thing now. You can't trust anything. If anything, now I'm like, it's just a headline to get some good press. Many believe that the cash was unmarked and was being held in a locker to avoid the law. Storage lockers are typically used for non-perishable items, and while some are climate controlled, it's never a good idea to store food inside. During a routine lock check, a manager began to smell a funky, sweet smell emanating from a nearby locker. When they opened the door, they found 4 large 55-gallon drums. They slowly opened the barrels and found that inside the unit was over 200 gallons of maple syrup. Oh man. Can you imagine that? We gotta keep
Why
this.
do you need that much fucking syrup?
Relieved that it wasn't anything serious, they contacted the owner and asked why they were storing so much liquid inside the facility. The owner said nothing. The manager didn't remove the syrup, but did notice that bugs and other vermin were starting to hoard around the locker.
I think they stole the syrup. I think it's a little syrup thief.
So you think that these are people that like they went to the Aunt Jemima factory?
Yeah.
Does syrup go bad?
I don't think it does.
I think about it. I'm like, I don't think I've ever seen bad syrup. Editor note: can syrup go bad?
Yes. It can get muddy. Oh, okay.
Editor, also, sorry, do some math. Aunt Jemima is how big? So if there's that many 55-gallon barrels, how much maple syrup is that? And is it worth the headache?
Damn.
I feel like that's like $400,000 worth of maple syrup.
There's no way it's that much money. I'm gonna guess it's maybe a little over $1,000 worth of maple syrup. Like not enough to me. I'd like to have to carry the barrels in there. There's no way it's worth it.
Oh, did we say 455? I was thinking like 55 gallons.
Even then, you think that's $400,000 worth of condiments? It's a condiment at the end of the day. I love how high you price maple syrup, dude. A lot of storage facilities act as graveyards for deceased people's stuff. Once the person is gone, their belongings can sit there for years until the container is auctioned off along with the stuff inside. One of the most common finds is war memorabilia left behind by veterans.
Damn.
Usually it's old medals, uniforms, and guns, but on rare occasions, it leads to live arsenals being discovered, aka they have like a fucking bomb. Out in Rockwell, Texas, bomb squads were called to a storage space containing what they were told were live military-grade munitions. When they arrived, they were greeted with boxes of hand grenades, old ammo, and even live tank rounds.
Where the fuck are you getting tank rounds? I know they don't just let you take that shit home with you. Yeah, I'm gonna just take these tank rounds to go. Hey, I'm clocking out. Can I have these rounds? Can I have these tank rounds? They're not just doing that. Why do you have that?
That guy's just like, I want to take them. My business is not done. After safely removing all the explosives, they were taken to a nearby field and detonated. God, what a fun day. How sick would that be? Well, you got to use them. Look at your buddy. You're making my dreams come true. Oh, that's ooh.
So did they get to watch?
Yeah. The people blowing them up?
Or I meant the people who bought the storage unit.
Oh, they better. I'd be like, yeah, this fucking
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. If you ain't let me watch, I'm gonna be pissed.
bullshit. You better let me blow. I'd be like, you need to rent me a tank so I can shoot this. I feel like you can rent tanks for not that much either.
What the fuck? You really can drive a fucking tank. This is cheap. Oh my God, I gotta take a picture. Bro, we should do a stream. Chad, we should do a stream inside of a fucking tank. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm taking a picture, I'm taking a picture, I'm taking a picture. Holy shit.
There's no guns on, like they're not, but you can drive them. That's a lot of places you can do. You can like run over cars with them and stuff.
Oh, but in a location, you can't just take it to your house.
No, it's a,
okay.
No. No, the treads would tear up the road. The city would be very mad. It is unclear who the previous owner was and how they acquired such a dangerous collection.
I like to think it was a Nazi.
Why would you like to think that? Why does that?
Right. Why does
that
intrigue you? I'd like to.
I don't know. I said like.
A little Freudian slip, probably. At a different facility in Pennsylvania, police removed nearly 60 homemade explosive devices. A lot of bombs in these stores. Kind of makes me want to steer clear of them. Now every time I go by a storage unit, I'm gonna be like, motherfuckers getting ready to blow.
Probably statistically, there is probably one storage unit with explosives in every single.
I would say, yeah. If there's a storage container area, there's got to be one locker that has explosives in it. That's what they have in the contract too. There are probably explosives somewhere in here. I don't know. Sign here. Investigators discovered the bombs while investigating the owner for a massive Ponzi scheme. While searching his locker in hopes of finding more evidence, investigators instead uncovered explosives. In total, police removed 60 PVC pipe bombs and over 400 cardboard explosives. Like a Home Depot terrorist. The owner, S. von Merchenthaler, was arrested and sentenced to 11 years in prison for...
The name fits. The name fits. The name fits. It does.
Legal possession of explosive and weapons.
That guy was starting a revolution.
That guy was getting ready. I'm like, some bank just got spared because that motherfucker was going in with that Office Depot fit. If you go digging through people's stuff, you were bound to find creepy items that they didn't want you to see in the light of day.
Possible human bones found in storage. Oh my God.
In Florida, a former medical examiner's dirty secrets were aired out when he defaulted on his storage payments. Dr. Michael Birkeland, a medical examiner based out of Pensacola from 1997 to 2003, was fired for not creating proper autopsy reports. Uh-oh.
Yeah, this does not sound good.
My asshole immediately did. Following his departure, he continued performing autopsies until 2007, when he stopped altogether. And in 2012, Michael's storage locker was auctioned off for $900 as he could no longer afford it. When the new owner started digging through the stuff, he found a stack of boxes in the back corner and was disgusted by what he found. Inside were organs belonging to over 100 different people. Brains, lungs, livers, and hearts were all found in formaldehyde. That would be a smell alone. When you open that store, you would have to smell it. Formaldehyde is strong.
But it should be sealed, right?
Yeah, but I would still think of, 100. I would assume that you'd be like, it smells weird in here. Which maybe all storage units have like a funk. But formaldehyde, I feel like you can smell that shit still. I feel like it would emanate a little bit of scent. Even worse, the organs were stored in basic Tupperware and double gulp cups from...
Oh my God. I know you fucking lying. I know you a double gulp, nigga. You couldn't even buy the proper containers. A double gulp. A double gulp. A double gulp. For sure. All right, whatever. All right, for sure. For sure.
Local gas stations.
That definitely has a smell then. I thought they're in jars.
Oh my God, not even glass jars, plastic Tupperware, and big gulp cups, dude. Fucking big gulp cups. Police quickly tracked down Dr. Birkeland and all of the organs were removed. He was charged with keeping a public nuisance, improper storage of hazardous waste, and driving with a suspended license.
Just threw that on top.
They're like, we gotta make sure we get this motherfucker. 10 families were notified of their deceased loved ones being found in the locker. Michael never faced any jail time.
What?
How? Because he posted his $10,000 bond and walked away. Posted $10,000 bond, but was unable to afford the storage. I'm telling you. Every one of these is just a little suspicious, isn't it? To be fair, if he's putting the brains and organs in big gulp containers, I don't think he really gives a fuck that much. So that's kind of cool. Yeah. Threw it in there.
I want to know why he did it. Do you think it's just trophies?
Probably. If you're doing the autopsy stuff, you have to have a fascination with the human body in some way where you're maybe they're probably like prize organs. That's the most beautiful liver I've ever seen.
You got to take a little trophy every time you cut someone open.
Well, exactly. You're not going to need this in hell.
I thought he was going to do something much more diabolical.
I thought he was fucking dead bodies. Because also, that's another thing too. People that do autopsies and shit. This is me just completely speculating and no real fact to it. I imagine a lot of those people fuck the bodies. I think men that have dead women in there, I think they definitely have sexual bodies.
Actually, I think I've read that women are actually more likely to do something to the body.
If a guy dies with a boner, the boner stays. Because the blood stays there, right? Because it's not.
Fact check. True. Blood can often accumulate in the pelvic region depending on the cause of death. What? You can die with a stiffy and it stay stiff forever?
Circulating anymore. What would a woman do?
Now that I said that, I don't know.
Fingers all calcified, whatever, and she's just like, hey guys, this video is sponsored by Starforge Systems. Head to Starforge Systems and check out their holiday sale to get up to $900 off. The only one misusing. Thank you for sponsoring this video. Back to the video. But Dr. Birkeland wasn't the only one misusing a storage unit. While his story may have been the most grotesque, others have turned the spaces into makeshift homes. The price of rent has become nearly unaffordable across the United States, causing people to look for cheaper places to live besides being outright homeless. Many have chosen to move into storage units. Certain storage facilities offer climate-controlled units, plug-ins, and public bathrooms.
That's so crazy.
Covering all the basic essentials one would need to in basically an apartment. With the average size of a container being 10 feet by 10 feet, that is more than enough room to fit a single bed and a small kitchen. Plus, storage facilities cover the cost of the utilities, so really saving some money. Granted, you're in a rat cage, but still, out of the rain. So long as you can afford the cheap monthly payment, you can live well within your means. And one woman chose to move into a storage locker after her
I made it my little bedroom. I got hit by a tornado in December.
rent was raised from $850 to $1,300 because the building had to be rebuilt after a tornado leveled it. Which I don't want to say,
shit.
that's unfair. That's a huge jump too. My God, $800 to $1,300. Holy fuck.
That was just an excuse to raise rent.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we had to do a new one. I have to do it. It's like, fuck you, dude. Yeah, right. In 2021, Mayfield, Kentucky was hit by a massive tornado that left most of the town in ruin. Angie paid her rent by driving for Uber Eats, Grubhub, and Lyft, and was barely making her rent. But after the tornado destroyed her building, it was sold to new owners who raised the rent to $1,300 a month to help pay for the renovations. Tired of living in a one-bedroom apartment with a collapsed roof, she decided enough was enough and packed up all of her things and lived in her car. Since her car was crammed with stuff, she couldn't do ride sharing anymore, so she decided to rent a storage unit. At the time, she also began dumpster diving for Nike shoes and selling them online, which we've discussed too. The dumpster diving thing, good way to make quick cash, especially if they're nice shoes. Why the fuck not? So she upgraded to a larger unit to store her inventory after discovering it had a power outlet. She brought in items like a fan and lamps and eventually decided to stop sleeping in her car and live in her locker full time. Angie was able to live in the facility for quite a while, living off her Uber and Grubhub money. However, she was eventually evicted because she was found storing her stuff in units she didn't pay for.
Oh, you're being greedy. You're being greedy. You would have been fine. You would have been fine, but you're using stuff you didn't pay for. That's the A, bruh. You got too comfortable. That's not you. You're only supposed to be there temporarily. You moving like you live in that bitch.
All right, Angie. Angie was she was rolling hot. She was like a Scorsese protagonist in a movie, and then that's the thing. That's the thing that flew too close to the sun. To make things worse, she lost her Uber and Lyft license because of a DUI from 34 years ago, and has since moved to a different, cheaper storage facility where she lives now. I'm gonna say that's fucking bullshit. 34 years ago I had a DUI, and that's an Uber gets me for that. Word? How about you fucking forgive and forget, dude?
People must have complained that they maybe smelled alcohol on her.
She keeps putting stuff in my storage locker, and I think she's drunk. What if it was that? On TikTok, a couple went mega viral for showing off their elaborate home inside a storage locker. Leyland Brown and his partner run multiple social media accounts under the name Fullest Nest and have gone viral because of a video showing off their storage unit. Hidden behind a wall of boxes was a full-blown apartment, complete with a couch, dressers, and a small kitchen. Leyland claimed he could run through the halls for exercise, use the bathroom whenever he wanted, and play loud music without disturbing anyone. This video would not only build his online following, but also get him kicked out once the property manager saw the video. Following the move out, Brown and his partner had been living in the woods inside a tent and getting continually evicted because he would post where he was squatting on private property. But give up the social media thing. That or lie about your location.
You're literally making it worse for yourself. You're not living good, but at least you have somewhere a valid place to stay. But you gotta I just gotta update social media. Nigga, I hope that video was long enough to get you some bread. If it wasn't, you kind of just fucked yourself constantly.
Holy shit. Today, the couple lives permanently inside a hotel room and uses generous donations to help them stay out of storage lockers. Despite there being numerous instances of people living inside of these facilities, it is actually against the law to do so. Some places have input extreme measures to ensure that people don't attempt to create makeshift homes. Managers are trained to identify suspicious activity and contact the police as soon as they suspect someone is living inside a unit. Additionally, more security guards are being hired to patrol, making
warning signs that someone is living in the units. Oh, betting.
Increasingly difficult to stay overnight. New locations are being built to be more hostile inside, with no restrooms on the property, no electricity or temperature control, and even poor circulation to prevent air from circulating. Excessive. It really seems like storage facilities are growing more heartless by the day, and the staff shows no sympathy, which comes across some as dehumanizing. If someone's just like, I want to rent this unit, I'm going to stay inside. I'm storing myself. What's the big fucking deal?
It's a violation. It's a code violation. Also, you're not paying enough rent to live there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, do you think they're just like, well, there's going to be somebody using the bathroom way more. Utilities are going to go up.
I'm going to start my own storage facility, and then I'm going to have an option to live in the storage unit for a little extra.
You have to sign a waiver being like, if you die from a heat stroke in here because I've done the AC sucks, you're in a storage unit. Okay, you can't sue me. You need to realize this is a storage unit, so they don't come to me and be like, it's too hot in here. Is it? You know what I mean? That's fair to me. Like any business, you're going to encounter weird customers, and storage centers are no exception. For some reason, the halls of metal doors and concrete flooring really get people hot and horny. Numerous cases of people getting caught having sex have been reported, and what is even more strange is that 90% of them are cheaters.
Does anyone have success using a storage as a love nest? So my AP and I have been toying and getting a climate-controlled storage unit and outfitting it with a bed in our area for less than $50 a month. A queen-size bed exactly, which means it will fit perfectly, leaving between a foot in the bed for anyone else had what was the outcome? We're seriously about to make this move. Any feedback? Adultery? Niggas is getting on Reddit to figure out how to cheat better. Are we so dead ass?
Trying to find a hidden place to elope. I'm gonna treat my baby right. I'm taking her to the storage unit. It's hot in here.
Cause yeah, you could set up a bed. Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Easy. Jesus. God damn, dude, you need to calm your ass down. In Cleveland, Ohio, the chief of police was found cheating on his wife with another woman. Chief of police is so funny.
Wow.
Wes Snyder had served as police chief for a decade and was widely respected for his dedication to the city. Definitely respected by somebody. That all changed when workers at the storage facility noticed that he and Sharon Marr, a city nonprofit employee, were entering a unit together for 60 to 90 minutes several times a week. God damn, good for you. God damn. 60 to 90 minutes. This boy knows how to put in some hours. I mean, like, realistic, I was gonna be like 20 minutes. When the staff opened the doors, they found the couple having sex in a makeshift sex dungeon. The dirty deed took place on a rug with pillows and blankets. Other things like alcohol, baby wipes, paper towels, and hairbrush were found inside. God damn.
What the
Depressing.
fuck?
It's a very depressing locker. If you're the chief of police, can you not, can you not get a bed? Get a hotel, dude. God damn. A sex dungeon, too. I mean, it really is. It's just a thing where it's just like, this is our fuck shack. I call this the raccoon trap. After 33 years of service, quickly resigned, and both parties issued an apology to the city council. I wouldn't have fucking resigned. Oh, so what? I have a storage unit where I sometimes I go there by myself and I beat off. Crime rate's low? Is it not? All right, well, good luck when this city goes to shit. Oh, man. It's becoming more difficult to be at a storage unit when nature calls. Bathrooms are now private use, and this has left some tenants to leave their shit elsewhere. At one facility, workers were alerted by a bucket found in the middle of an aisle. When they found it, they witnessed that it was filled to the brim with human feces. Filled
To the brim. You didn't even.
You think that's an exaggeration, or do you think it
bitch?
was just right to the?
Oh,
right to the
I think, yeah. It's like, you know those videos where they're like the men doing the water challenge with a cup?
You're on a very gross tear today, dude. He was conveniently found in an aisle that didn't have a working camera, and it is believed that the person shit there on purpose. They're making a statement, dude. At an outdoor facility, a property manager hopped on his golf cart to patrol the grounds when he found a t-shirt discarded outside a unit. He reached down and tossed the shirt into the back of his cart, only to be hit by a spray of cold diarrhea.
What?
Oh.
Someone had
You
used
found
the
the
shirt
shit
as
shirt.
toilet paper and covered it in feces. So everyone that's watching this
Oh
video
my
is clicked
God.
off, right?
Yeah, at this point.
They're gone. I'm talking to no one now. Online, multiple people have come
Yep.
together to tell their stories of how people will simply poop in trash cans or next to fire hydrants, like a dog. Another manager complained to having to deal with a serial pooper who stalked the grounds at night and pooped.
Yo, are y'all good? Nigga said a serial pooper. Who, where, why? Who, what, where, why, how, why, who, what?
On buildings and the streets. Goddamn serial shitter's back. You think he like shows up there like the sheriff's like looking at it? What is it? He's just like, I know who that's from. It curves to the left the same way. Poop is the least of the staff's concern because tenants are regularly found passed out or injured near their units. The owner of a storage facility was alerted to a specific unit after smelling smoke in the hallway. Smoked himself out. When they opened the door, they found the owner on the ground unconscious and a jerry-rigged kitchen cooking food. Got a big old like pork chop in there.
What are you doing?
Nothing I love more than cooking a pork chop in my storage unit. The renter had set up a hibachi grill. What? He was practicing? The renter had set up a hibachi grill and covered himself in the grill with a blanket to mask the smell.
Oh my
but
God.
asphyxiated himself with the smoke and fumes.
Oh
What a dipshit.
my
He's doing
God.
things like, dude, I'm doing that onion ring volcano. He's like, that's awesome. Just blacks out immediately. A similar situation occurred during what the owners referred to as a dead body walk, when one of them discovered a customer passed out drunk in the middle of the aisle. The owner was drawn to the man when he found a long extension cord that spanned nearly the entire building. When he found the drunk, he passed out with a beer in one hand and the other down his pants. In front of him sat a TV and a VCR that was playing pornography. What a king.
What
So he was
the
fucking
fuck are we
jerking himself off
doing?
with the
Hey,
bottle.
brought an extension cord over, he was plugged
In
in,
a
he's beating his dick off, getting
storage
drunk. He's there. How do you wake, even if no one found him, how do you wake up from that?
Yeah. What am I doing?
Why do I keep doing this? The VHS has popped out because it, like, you know, it stops, it rewinds, and it pops out. And he's sitting there, he's like,
Push it back in, yo.
pushes back in, round two. Takes his onions. Covered himself in a blanket. The police were called, and the sound of sirens woke the man up, giving him just enough time to hide in one of the empty units. He had previously been given keys to all the vacant units in the facility after helping the manager move some things.
What?
Oh, now he's the key master too. You helped me
Oh
move a
my
box, so
God.
here's every key to every unit. The same man had been seen just a few days earlier, naked and unconscious, in front of a different unit, but no action was taken. Damn, dude. That's a minotaur. That's a labyrinth I would not want to walk
Oh,
into.
yeah.
Can you imagine, like, sitting there and grab your stuff?
I'd be scared. I don't know. I'd run away probably.
No,
I saw a
deadass.
naked passed out guy. Yeah. Well, I'd probably call 911 because, like, hey, there's a dead naked guy. After the police left, he emerged from the hiding and confronted the owner for calling them, only to be kicked off the property for living inside the unit. I like how he had the audacity to be like, dude, really? Or you're gonna call the cops? Cool, man. I thought we were cool. He has like a giant keyring. Does this mean nothing to you? I'm never helping move your Hot Wheels again, man. Hot Wheels, Matchbox cars, not doing it, dude. NASCAR, I'm not doing none of it. Not moving the cars anymore, man. In another unit, a tenant was evicted after the manager discovered bloody handprints and smears stretching from the
Yo.
front to the back of the unit. According to the manager, the space was packed to the ceiling, forcing the tenant to climb over her belongings to reach items in the back. In the process, she would cut her wrist and body on exposed roofing and metal walls, leaving streaks of blood behind as she crawled out. I
Oh my
completely
God.
understand though. Am I gonna take everything out? Just crawl over it. Yeah, I got cut up a bit, but I'll be okay. I wonder what if she died in there? It's like a saw trap trying to get to your Furbies in the back.
I want to play a game. Touch the back of this storage unit and then come back to the front. But do it while you're bleeding out. I want to play a game. Like, the fuck are we doing?
Back in 2008, an obese 60-year-old woman.
Okay.
Why are you looking at me? Back in 2008, an obese 60-year-old woman came into the front office to pay her bill when she tripped and had the front door pin her to the floor.
Oh. 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 Wow. 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 Wow.
Came into the front office to pay her bill when she tripped
Wow. Wow.
and had the front door pin her to the floor. What does that even mean? How did it pin her to the floor?
I'm guessing she like tripped and the door broke and then.
Staff rushed over to help her up. She was screaming and hollering in pain. The general manager was the first to reach her, freeing her leg from the door. Once free, she was dragged further into the lobby and rolled onto her back like a manatee. She tried to get up on her own, but she was so large that her gut prevented her from sitting up. Preach. Staff described her situation as rolling around on her back like a turtle and could not get up. That's a quote. That's a legitimate quote.
That legit has to be a life-changing moment. If she did not go on to lose many of pounds, that's your fault. That's so life-changing, it's actually ridiculous. Nigga said you were rolling around on your back like a turtle because you could not get up. A turtle.
Rolling on her back like a turtle. I thought they're just watching her. And they're just looking at her like, let's just wait for her to die. Eventually, the manager pulled her up off the ground, and staff were checking her over to make sure that she was all right when they noticed that she had pissed herself during the fall and soiled her pink sweatpants.
Girl.
You fell down, you got pinned, I'm gonna piss myself. All right? That's not even an act of rebellion, that's just the facts. After she was deemed okay, she paid her rent, but moved out about a month later. Because why? How embarrassing is that?
Right,
I'm gonna be
as fuck.
fucking embarrassed every time I come in here. There's a girl rolling her back like a turtle and pissed herself, and we got it on camera. Renters can be a pain in the ass because of their behavior and odd possessions, but sometimes evictions are not enough punishment for these depraved people. There are numerous bizarre and horrific renter crimes. Tenants and
Yo.
managers don't always see eye to eye, but that doesn't mean they can't get along. Eric Adams worked at the 1 in 5 mini storage near Portland, Oregon for 15 years and was liked by most of the tenants. After about 5 days without hearing from Eric, a friend drove to check on him. He opened his storage unit and found Eric dead on the floor. Police determined that the cause of death was blunt force trauma from items found in his own unit. Suspicion grew when none of Eric's valuables were taken, suggesting it wasn't a robbery. His death would remain a mystery for a year until police gained access to the keypad records and found that one tenant was at the facility during Eric's final moments. Rob Caputa had entered the facility around the same time that Eric did, but after an hour, only one left. He was a long-term tenant at his unit since 2019, averaging about 55 items per month. But after Eric's last signed in, he avoided facility for 3 weeks.
Oh shit.
Not good, Rob. Suspicious activity, Robert. Rob was eventually arrested after DNA was found on Eric's body and was sentenced to 3.5 years in jail. That seems short. In court, it was revealed that Rob killed Eric after someone ran over his dog at the storage facility, and he blamed Eric for its death. He fucking John Wicked him. He doesn't know if it's Eric. He's just like,
you get to kill somebody and only get 3.5 years? 3.5 years? That's it? Okay. It's my dog, though. Listen, I get it's your dog, but that nigga wasn't the one that killed your dog. Somebody else ran the dog over. He just worked there. That's not his fault.
I have to die. Another man in North Carolina was locked in his unit for days without
Woman was charged after boyfriend was found locked in storage for days.
food or water by his girlfriend.
Women, man.
In 2024, police responded to a call at the Cooper storage compound from a man who claimed that he was locked inside his girlfriend's storage unit. When they opened the door, they found Gary Oxidine, weak and emaciated, on the floor. He had been surviving in the unit for days with no supplies until they found his phone in complete darkness and called for help.
It took him 4 days to find what?
How big was that store? 10 by 10? I like how I imagine the first day he was just like, I wonder if on the last day he was just like, I really should look for my phone, actually. I'm not gonna die here. After his rescue, his girlfriend Robin Deaton was arrested and charged with attempting murder and kidnapping. However, after the charges went public, Gary spoke to the media and claimed that the accusations were bogus. He said he had simply fallen asleep in the unit and his girlfriend had locked it without realizing he was inside.
Oh my God.
Word. Come on, Gary. The pussy can't be that good, dude. This was in complete contrast to what he said in the 911 call, where he claimed his girlfriend was trying to kill him. When the case went to court, the charges were dropped after Gary admitted to lying, and the couple was able to walk free.
Oh my
that's some
God.
Diabolical fucking sniz, dude. Holy shit. That snoo is better than Kobayashi. If you think padlocks are going to keep your stuff safe, then you're mistaken, because break-ins happen all the time at storage facilities. A traveling nurse in Colorado had $80,000 worth of stuff stolen over an 8-day period from extra space storage. She lost furniture, medical equipment, family heirlooms, and even her engagement ring.
Oh
Police
my
responded to the
God.
break-ins and added her case to the long list of 55 previous incidents reported at the facility that year. Since the incidents were reported, no other break-ins have occurred, as the facility upgraded security. Oh, did you? With what money? $80,000 worth of stuff is what I think.
Hey, bruh. After they finally started getting reported, they like, oh shit, they on to us. We gotta stop stealing from our own storage unit. We gotta stop stealing.
That's what I'd be suspicious of too. The people that work there, they see you bringing in stuff. What is this? Oh, just like my grandpa's baseball card collection.
No.
I mean, look at the guy who gave his fucking friend the keys of the castle to go fucking open.
Beating his dick off all day and fucking oh boys, La Vida Loca, dude. At a different extra space storage in California, 4 people lost thousands of dollars worth of stuff after thieves cut through thin sheet metal walls with a saw. One of the victims claimed the thieves stole most of the audio equipment, including TVs, car stereos, and mixing boards. Police wonder how the criminals were able to pull off the heist because although units are indoors, have a code at the front door, and they are equipped with cameras everywhere. California appears to be a hotspot for criminal storage activity. Just a couple 100 miles south of the last break-in, Steve Bohannon and his nephew purchased an abandoned locker for $80 at auction and were excited to flip whatever was inside. They were greeted with a bunch of boxes that read, "Danger, poisonous."
I bet you they opened it.
After opening them up, they discovered that every single box inside the container was filled with meth, beakers, and safety equipment.
Oh!
Thank God. Steve called the police to report his discovery, and they arrived in full hazmat gear to safely remove all the drugs and the equipment. But just want to say, this is not me actually saying it, but don't get an extra storage thing. Extra storage seems like a scam. That's not me saying it. Disclaimer, I'm not really saying that, but extra storage seems like a bad place to keep your stuff. I wouldn't do that. Not that I would say that. Everything I'm saying is a lie. It might just be best to keep all your stuff at home and not risk enduring the horrors of modern day storage facilities. Between unruly guests and incompetent managers, you never know what you're gonna get. And if you're not careful, you might just lose everything. However, if you need to rent a storage unit, make sure to do your research. And if you're choosing to live in one, Godspeed.
If you live in a storage unit right now, send pics and record your setup.
Actually, that's true. If you do live in a storage unit, please tag me on social media so I can see it. Post it to our subreddit. And then also just type in Phoenix Foxtrot Harbinger in the comment section. And only us Papa Meat stands will know what you're talking about. Godspeed. Phoenix Foxtrot Harbinger.
W video. Shout out Papa Meat, man. Oh, man. I can only imagine some of the shit that be in these fucking storage units. Jesus Christ.